The NBA season is a grind. There's no question about it. And tonight may be another game in the endless stretch of games, but that don't make it any less important. Time to put on my game face and do what I do. Win games.
Cavaliers have an Eastern Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend their home court here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. First game of this trip here for the Hornets. They're hoping to start it off with the W. They're still compensating for the loss of Mo Williams.
Kevin, this is a big blow to this team.
Thompson comes in for Mozgov, and it's Iman Shumpert in for J.R. Smith. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Freaks checked in for Jeremy Lamb. And Charlotte, looking at who they've got. Zeller and Jefferson are inside. Kemba Walker is out there with Freak, and it's Kid Gilchrist with the three. And the dunk by Zeller.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting two.
And for Kyrie Irving, it had been a long time coming. Last season, he finally played in his first postseason with the Cavs. And up until the unfortunate injury, he certainly made the most of it.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Verjau's checked in. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Jefferson. Hansbrough's come in for Cody Zeller. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Kid Gilchrist. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker. And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Cavaliers.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
LeBron's shot is good. And think again about the playoffs last year, Clark. They weren't all sunshine and roses for Irving. He had to play through a tough leg injury in the conference semifinals, and, of course, the injury in the finals, the fractured kneecap, and he was gone.
Yeah, that was really painful to watch, seeing him go out for the rest of the playoffs with that fractured kneecap. A freak injury, but he'll grow from it and be better.
And Iman Shumpert, more athlete than player when he entered the league. 42-inch max vertical, shoulders carved like Michelangelo. But he had a long way to go in terms of his skill set, and you can see that evolution right before your eyes.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Jefferson's checked in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. And it's Freak missing.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game. Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
And talking about Iman Shumpert, he seemed to learn from working with LeBron and Kyrie last year.
Yes, Shumpert was brought over for his defense, clearly, but as a bonus, his offense improved and got better. Now let's see if he can build on that going forward.
Dishes to Verjau, and it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
And checking out the stats for Batum. Some good contributions, really, since the All-Star break. He's around 14 points per game, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Here's Dellavedova. A floater. Rebounded by Kaminsky. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first. And a wide open look for Freak. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. And Shumpert kicks to Dellavedova. Lots of room. The Hornets pull it in. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
group on the floor for the Cavaliers. So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And we've seen them play better games than that one, but still, they were able to get the win.
And the surprising thing to me, guys, was that it was easy how they got the win. They weren't even at their best, and it was relatively easy. Impressive.
On the court for Charlotte, MKG and Zeller at the forward duo. Freak is out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Jefferson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's off as well, so he misses both.
And Kid Gilchrist had that very funky jumper coming into the league. And prior to last year, really worked tirelessly. Not an easy thing to do to try to change the entire form and structure of your jump shot.
Now here's Freak, covered by Smith. Freak kicks to Kid Gilchrist. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Jung. And Irving pulls it down.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Well, I tell you what, they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy, fast break baskets.
And on a really nice run here. And defensively, you've got to force them to operate in the half court. It allows you to put bodies on bodies. You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Now, Freak. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. To the middle, here's Zeller. Soft touch off the glass. Zeller's got 6.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Irving against Walker. And Jefferson sends it back. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. The pass to Freak. Puts up a 3. Good D by LeBron.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Now here's Freak, covered by Smith. Here's Jung, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
A chance here, Kevin, to see where the Cavaliers currently rank in the NBA. 4th in scoring, 5th in assists, and they also show up top 5 in team field goal percentage. That's excellent. Actually, that's elite level.
And they've been scoring with such ease. I mean, they've been so resourceful at that end of the floor. If one thing doesn't work, they've always got other options they're able to come up with in terms of their offensive attack.
Irving drives in. Here's Mozgov. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game. Looking now at some numbers for J.R. Smith. How last month turned out for him, he's putting up 13 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Freak dishes to Jefferson. Charlotte moving it around. Zeller setting the pick for Freak. Up off the screen. No basket. Missed number 5 out of his 8 shots.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly. That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the floater.
Walker the pass to Freak. Picked by Zeller. Freak kicks to Zeller, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Zeller's got 8 points.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Here's the floater. Here's Mozgov. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It goes on Cody Zeller.
Mozgov, guy, was specifically sought after by his coach.
And through one half, it... Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on it. Brooks checked in for Lamb. Here's Walker. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's James in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Nice shot by Smith.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Hornets have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Jefferson, a screen on Smith. Here's Jung. Mozgov with the block. And they'll keep possession. That is good. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. LeBron is doubled. Mozgov dishes to Irving. Kicks it to James. Clock at 6. Picked by Mozgov to the inside. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And that's now 10 points for Timofey Mozgov.
A nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Here's Jung. No good. Excellent D there from Mozgov. Cleveland's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Here's Irving. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Irving's got 17 now.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, is really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Oh, and here comes Smith. Oh,
almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat into the bucket there.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Iman Shumpert in for Smith. And then for Charlotte, Kaminsky, he's checked in for Cody Zeller. Batum comes in for Kid Gilchrist. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kemba Walker.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know, he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close. Speed and agility, guys. I mean, he went right to the defense and took it to the rim.
Outside jumper. Thompson, a screen on Lin. And it's Shumpert penetrating. Kicks it out to James. Passes it to Varejao. Here's Thompson. And the bucket counts. And he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 1:56 left in the fourth. The Cavaliers leading by 23. On the floor for Charlotte. Jung in at point guard. Al Jefferson out there with Tyler Hansbrough. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Kid Gilchrist in at the 3 spot. Here's Irving. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Irving's got 23 points.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Move the ball.
1:27 left to play here in the fourth. Now here's Freak. D right on him. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Cleveland.
Clark, their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
Yeah, Kevin, they had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season, it will go down as their 48th win.
And after a number of battles over the course of this season series, This victory tonight is going to finish him off with an advantage of 3-1 on the year against the Hornets.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Irving. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got. And just a terrific job of taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Greg, those fans had a hand in the win. I mean, they gave this team a big lift throughout the game. I thought there was great energy in the building.
Now here's Freak, covered by Irving. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They needed this a lot sooner than they got it.
And that one misses. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved it.
Thank you, Ken.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
He was in a groove tonight, Ernie, Kenny. He's getting in that playoff mode already. Perfect timing with the postseason approaching. He had it all going on the whole game.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal,
Yeah, send him in. Cece.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
Freak. Great game last night.
That's what I do, right?
Indeed. Have a seat. Pagnotti.
How you doing?
Thought you'd be selling used cars by now.
Funny, comedian. I thought you would have invested in some new clothes, being a team owner and all. I see you still rocking that Goodwill look.
Freak, what are you hanging around with this guy for? You know he's bad company, right?
Got no choice. Helps me pay the bills. Plus, our mother loves him.
Thank you all for coming by on such short notice.
You're welcome.
So you know why we're here, right?
Not really.
You want to negotiate an extension for Freak, right?
Well, since you mentioned it, your client is quickly becoming a liability for this organization.
We've already put a plan in place that's going to address all your concerns and issues.
Let me finish. Thank you. Myself, the front office, and the coaches are not satisfied with the adjustments you've made in your life off the court. I personally warned you about the company you keep, and we're fed up with the late nights and showing up late to shoot-arounds and the bad press and the incident at the nightclub. I told you Vic was going to be your downfall, and I was right. Something has to change now, or we're not going to need your services any longer.
If this is about that Twitter stuff, Vic was playing. Okay, it was a joke.
It's not about that. It's everything.
But like I told you before, Vic is my best friend. I can't just cut him off. He's practically family.
Not really.
What exactly are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything, Dom. I'm saying it. Freak and his friend Vic are a problem for me and this organization. And I called you in here to figure out how we all together can fix this problem. And right now, I'm only seeing one solution.
I agree that Freak may need to make some adjustments in his personal life off the court, but that's a learning process. We both know that. But this almost sounds like a threat. And Dom Pagnotti doesn't take too kindly to threats. Is this a threat?
Call it what you will.
We all know that Vic is a problem. The only person who doesn't seem to realize that is my brother. I'm sorry, bro, but enough is enough.
I don't have a problem with what you're saying. I have a problem with how you're saying it. Now, I know we can come to some understanding without all the ultimatums or threats.
Can we all come to a understanding, a compromise?
No, no more compromises. I already warned Freak. I told you. Don't be a hero. Cut that zero. It's cut Vic loose, or we trade Freak. It's that simple.
Fine, we'll go sign with another team.
Good luck with that, Pagnotti. Because of Vic, Freak's reputation precedes him.
No, Because of Freak's God-given talent, his reputation precedes him.
Everybody's been talking. Dom, you know how this works. This is not about you and me and our history. This is about your client. Help him.
You talking as if I'm invisible. You talking around me, about me, but not to me. Vic has always had my back. And I've given this team everything I got. I practice hard. I play hard. Yeah, some nights I got it, some nights I don't. Some days I might even show up a little late to shoot-arounds. But every time I'm on that court, I've always given my best. And I see how it is, though. I mean, us players got to be loyal to you, but you don't have to be loyal to us players. Try to give me some father and son talk, talking about how you love your players and how you look up for them. Come on, man. You trying to cut me off like you cut off Izzy. Don't you have people loyal to you no matter what? People you can't cut off? Well, that's me and Vic. Vic and me. Y'all insist, really. They could tell me stop hanging with Vic. What makes you think they won't tell me stop talking to you? You remember in 7th grade, some guys were trying to jump me over some girl. Vic was the one to get some friends just to walk me home. And when they came, we went at it, but I wasn't alone. When I got my scholarship, it was Vic who put the word on the streets that nobody should mess with me because I had a future. Vic was protecting me. And sir, I know Vic is crazy. But before all the hype and the lights, media, fans, it was just me and Vic. He's always been there. I mean, if y'all don't like that, I don't know what to say.
It hurts me to say this, but I see his point. What you don't understand is that the league doesn't have your back anymore. Not like they used to. They try, but it's too much. Social media has changed everything. And this last incident with Vic, that was the final straw.
It was a joke.
That wasn't funny. You know it wasn't a joke. Vic was defending you, stepping in to protect your honor by attacking another teammate like that? Talking about his manhood, his wife, his kids, his family, so you can be the big dog on the court? That's uncalled for.
And they all know your relationship with Vic, so they think it's coming from you.
But that's the media blowing everything out of proportion as usual.
It's not just the media. He's attacking other players, other teams. He's out of control. Vic just doesn't know how to behave.
We got guys on our squad who don't want to be here because of that beef. There is no place for that kind of inappropriate behavior in this league. If you can't trust your teammates, who can you trust?
What Vic is doing isn't right. He's bringing you down, and people can see it. I see how all the other players are looking at you. Oh, it's not cool. It's not cool at all.
What, don't talk to him? Don't hang with him?
You do what you got to do. That's your call. But let me tell you this. You asked me if I had friends that I couldn't cut off? Yeah, I did for a while. Friends, business partners, girlfriends, wives, family that I thought I couldn't cut off. But I learned that sometimes you got to make the hard decisions. I mean, some of these people, they were just bad for me. They were bringing me down. They weren't making me better. They were good for the time that they were there, but I grew up, not in age and maturity, but in mind and spirit. I was ready for the next level in my life. And I'll be honest with you, I've been on the receiving end of that. I've been cut off before myself, and yeah, it hurt at the time. But looking back, they were doing the right thing for me. Just don't tell my ex-wife that, Pagnotti.
So what's the next move?
The next move is Freaks. It always has been. Question is he ready and willing to do what needs to be done?
This is messed up.
You take a moment to think about it, but think long, think wrong. The snafu should have been cleaned up a long time ago. With or without you, we got games to win.
Freak, you gotta handle your business.
Okay, we've all said our piece. You might cut me off as your manager, but I will always be your sister. Twin, this is on you. I might not like it, but I will respect any decision you make. Yvette, please.
CC.
Yvette.
Where's Dom?
I had him call you.
Why?
I'm gonna cut right to the chase. My brother is deeply in love with you. And I'm ready to put our differences aside if you are.
Really?
On a string.
I'm with it.
Team Freak.
Team Freak.
All right, so if you're gonna be down with the team, I gotta show you the dap.
The dap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, like this.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, shoot, swish.
Swish.
Yeah. Again.
Like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, swish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like that.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
This is it. The last game of my rookie season. Kind of hard to believe. These 82 games have gone by in a blur. I know we're on the outside looking in when it comes to playoffs, but that doesn't mean I can't go out and give it everything I have one last time.
The starting lineup for the visiting Orlando Magic. At the other forward position, Aaron Gordon. At power forward, at 7'0" number 40.
Greetings, everyone. 2K Sports brings you the NBA. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And a switcher also for Orlando. Hezonja's checked in. For Orlando, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. So on the floor for Orlando, Harris and Gordon, the athletic forward pair. Watson out there with Hezonja. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 down low. And a wide open look for Freak. It's hauled in by the Magic. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And both free throws good from Freak. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And here's Watson. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Milwaukee. Harris outside. There's the screen. Here's Hezonja. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
And it's Freak missing. Magic leading by 6. Feeds to Harris. Fades back. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far. Here's Walker. He had 13 points in the win against Boston.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
Zeller, no luck. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
Yeah, in this game, they'll want to approach things a little differently, I think. Got blown out last time due to being a little too aggressive on the defensive side.
Well, if I was being diplomatic about it, they were a little too aggressive. I mean, in reality, they took far too many fouls, and because of that, they had to go to their bench earlier than they wanted to.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Stolen away, and up the court come the Magic on the break. Rejected by Walker. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. We've got 1:28 left in the first quarter. Freak kicks to Jefferson. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
All right, Charlotte, now entering the court for your viewing entertainment, the Hornets game team. Make some noise!
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Kaminsky is checked. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Orlando with the ball. They've led by as much as 10. Zeller and Jefferson are inside. Jeremy Lamb out there with Freak. And it's Kid Gilchrist in its small forward. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Vucevic, and he jams it with authority.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
From downtown, and Lamb with the basket on the assist by Freak. 7 points for Lamb.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
There's a good screen. Oladipo goes in. Pass to Watson. From about 19 feet, Zeller grabs the board.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Zeller setting the pick for Freak. Off the pick. A nice shot by Zeller. And the Hornets lead by 1.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
Kid Gilchrist against Harris. Puts it up from 12, and the jumper is good. Harris has got 10 points. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career high, 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from 3 the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
It's Oladipo on the wing. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Milwaukee.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side. And getting back to Harris, there's just so much to like about his game. He lives in the gym, has a tremendous feel for the game, and he knows how to maximize his production within those athletic limitations.
Screen by Jefferson. The feed to Freak. He dishes it to Jefferson. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Chung. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Freak's got the lead up to 1 now for the Hornets.
You know, the thing about Harris is he's a combo forward, extremely versatile. At 6'8", he struggles with size against the better power forward, and he lacks the athleticism of the better small forward. So to get the most, you have to put him in the right matchups.
Channing Fries checked in for Orlando. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Freak passes to Zeller. That's good. And now it's a 3-point Charlotte lead. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
Freak with it. He had 13 points in the win against Boston.
Sticking too much.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Jefferson. Hansbrough comes in for Zeller. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Lamb. Now here's Freak, covered by Payton. A minute 20 left in the first half of the game. Here's Freak, covered by Payton. Freak dishes to Lin. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Lots of room. Rebounded by Kaminsky.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
It's rebounded by Payton.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's Fournier. Here's Azania. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And great effort on the boards, and what a move.
Yeah.
That was, guy. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the bump.
Kicks it to Freak. Kaminsky, the pass to Batum. Puts up the baby hook. And it's blocked. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. I'll say this. We kept a very tight handle on the basketball, and that's something I always like to see. The fewer turnovers, the better, obviously. Keep your heads on a swivel out there.
All right, Charlotte, now entering the court.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Freaks checked in for Kemba Walker. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And so in the game for the Magic, Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. Oladipo and Harris are the wings. And it's Watson in at the point. Oladipo outside. It's Watson atop the key for the tie. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And it was great to watch C.J. Miles last season. Finally, Clark got some significant playing time.
Yeah, and took advantage of it with the Pacers having Paul George on the sidelines due to injury until late in the season. They got a nice lift and contribution from C.J. Miles.
Channing Frye's checked in for Harris.
And watching C.J. Watson last year, he showed he could take his game up a notch. Beat his career average in terms of shooting percentages across the board. Career high in rebounding, second best assist average as well. Unfortunate how he got the opportunity to play, but great that he took advantage of it.
And, you know, for Watson, you could really see him doing this for several more years, guys, finding ways to contribute as a backup or starter. Doesn't matter to him either way. He's a gamer, for sure.
Both free throws good from Watson. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Freak kicks to Jefferson. There's the bucket. Good. Jefferson's got the lead up to 3 now for the Hornets.
And defensively, these guys are looking for answers since halftime. They've seemed disjointed and out of sync. They have got to get back that rhythm defensively.
And Oladipo kicks to Gordon. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Gordon's got his first 2 points.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
And the basket good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Pick by Vucevic. Fry dishes to Gordon. There's the pass to Oladipo. 6 on the shot clock. And Fry has it in the corner. And Orlando again with the bucket.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Charlotte in the lead. Now Freak. He's got 8. Zeller passes to Jefferson. He feeds it to Freak. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
So far in this one for Freak, he's got 8 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Kaminsky is checked in for Jefferson. Hansborough's come in for Zeller. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Jeremy Lamb. Smith. Here's Payton. It's deflected. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Magic.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Don't overlook the success they've had at the free throw line tonight either.
Fast break. Here come the Magic. Plays it in off the breakaway. Payton's got his first bucket of the night.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Smith outside, and he gets it to go. Now it's a 6-point Orlando lead.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
There's a screen. Now here's Freak, covered by Payton. Freak kicks to Batum. Right side, Lin. Looking to end the run. Rebound by the Magic.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense, active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
And you can sense the momentum really starting to swing their way.
Yeah, they're taking charge here. I mean, there's no question about it, Greg. And the lead, I think, is just going to continue to grow and grow from here.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. It's taken away by Smith. And here comes the break. Payton, that's good. Payton's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game.
Got it! He got it!
Just in time.
What a shot! And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game.
Well, Nick,
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet. Nikola Vucevic. Right out of the gates, he came out strong, making his first 3 shots and helping establish some offensive rhythm. And that'll do it for our coverage of this year's final regular
I know money isn't everything to you, Freak, and I find it hard to say this, but I've grown to respect that in you. You're a man of conviction. But it's my responsibility to point out the consequences of that way of thinking. Now, for you, winning is everything, but winning isn't something you could do alone. It requires excellent, or at the very least, competent coaching, contributing teammates, and God willing, good health. And we all know that's not a guarantee. Now, the reality is you're not in control of any of those other factors, but if you, as the star player, fail to win and deliver a championship, you will be held responsible. You will be scapegoated, you will be villainized, and you will be punished accordingly. So when you say to me that as a free agent, all you care about is being in the best position to win, I understand what you mean. But again, that's not only up to you. Now, I'm going to call my guy at Apollo Jets. I'm going to get us a private plane for this tour. I promise you're going to love the free agency experience. Now, your relationship with Vic has unfortunately cost us in some of these negotiations. We had 10 teams interested. We now only have 3. But thankfully, you wised up when it came to Vic. Have you been in contact with Vic? Yo, Freak, look at me.
He still has one of my cars, Dom.
What did I tell you about the L word?
The L word? What is...
Loyalty. I don't know what kind of hold this Vic has over you, but it makes me scared. You're a free agent for the first time in your career, and the only person you need to be loyal to is you. You need to be an FOF. You need to be a friend of Freak. Let's forget about winning without appropriate compensation and loyalty that hasn't been earned and isn't deserved. This is a tough business, Freak. We need to be tougher. Come on.
CC?
Whew, Lord Jesus, I was about to blow a gasket. Okay, Freak. Now, there are very few options on the table, and I want you to explore them all before making your final decision. Whatever you decide, it needs to be an informed decision, not an emotional one. The larger the markets, the greater resources at your disposal and exposure for you. But if you don't allocate these resources properly, then it's just a big spotlight on you as you lose.
Well, thank you kindly, big sis.
She's right, Freak.
Thanks, Don.
Absolutely. Team Freak. That's what we're about.
Oh, whoa, I don't know if I like this.
What?
Dom and CC high-fiving like that?
I mean, yeah, why you got so certain I'm gonna lose?
Whoa. No one thinks you're going to lose, Freak.
You guys sure sound like it.
We just want you to select a franchise that has great coaching, super talent, exposure, but most importantly, a ton of cap space. If the team doesn't win and you're to blame, at least you won't be broke, capiche?
Capiche.
Also, you should make sure it's somewhere you want to raise a family, but no pressure.
Well, you guys have made this decision so much easier.
What did Mom and Dad say?
You know what they said. I mean, but honestly, I'm torn. I've heard and listened to what you've all had to say. Don't take this the wrong way. There's just one person I haven't heard from, and that's Vic.
Oh, Lord, help us.
Yo, Vic, where you at? I've been trying to call you, man. Hit me back.
You know him. He's probably somewhere too loud to hear his phone.
I don't know. I think Vic's actually upset with me.
All right.
All right. Hello. Okay, well, I'd like to thank everyone for coming here today. I especially like to thank God, my Lord and Savior, my family, my agent, Mr. Don Pagnotti, twin sister and manager, Cece, my lady. Thank you guys for all your support. I'd also like to thank all the fans, and all the people out there who consider themselves an FOF, a friend of Freak. My free agency has been nothing short of amazing. And frankly, it has been a dream come true. But like most dreams, the reality is very different from what I imagined. Though I wouldn't change a thing about this period and the time I spent in the NBA, I can honestly say that nothing has been more gratifying and more difficult than choosing where to play next year. I sought the wise counsel of my loved ones. Nothing puts me at ease more than knowing that regardless of my decision, you guys will be there for me no matter what. Now, there are so many wonderful teams in the league, each filled with stellar talent and all vying to be number one. For me, there's nothing more important than winning and surrounding myself with those who feel just as passionately about the game as I do and have an unrelenting desire to win a championship ring. That's what matters most to me. It is for this reason, above all, I've decided to choose the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, baby. Good choice.
Talent they have on that team, they can win a championship this year.
You think so? And you know what that means?
I'm gonna get you.
Cha-ching!
I love it.
I know.
That's my man. All right, son. Congratulations.
I've been running.
3 letters, M-A-X, baby.
Dom we trust, baby.
Dom we trust.
Let me see this contract. Let me see this contract.
Gotta call me right back. I gotta call finally. Yo, fool, where you been? I've been trying to call you.
Mr. Freak,
Yo, who's this?
this is Officer Vasquez with the 9th Precinct.
Officer Vasquez? What did Vic do now?
Mr. Freak, there's been an accident. Look, we're gonna need you to come down to the following address as soon as possible.
What kind of accident? Put Vic on the phone.
I can't do that, sir.
No, you're not hearing me. I want to talk to Vic.
Look, sir, we need you to calm down as soon as you can.
No. Hey, listen. Put down the phone, and I don't want to hear it get picked up until Victor Van Leer's on the
give me
phone.
the phone.
Put Vic on the phone.
Mr. Freak, Mr. Van Leer was killed in a car accident.
What's going on? Give me the phone.
The car he was driving was registered to you. We were able to identify him from the
Listen
flyers
to
in his
me.
possession.
Freak,
I
give
don't
me the
want to
phone.
talk to you no more.
Freak, give me the phone. Hi, excuse me. Hi. Yes. This is Cece. This is Freak's manager. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, yes, look, we're gonna need somebody to come down and identify Mr. Van Leer. Eyewitnesses say that he was involved in a car chase. 2 cars were chasing him, and as the chase escalated, he eventually lost control and crashed. Look, I'm really sorry for your loss.
Hello. Outside of the deceased, was anybody else injured?
Vic died in a car accident.
What?
Yeah. They said he was in a car chase.
No.
Freak,
Are
I'm
you
sorry. He died.
I'm so sorry, Freak. Freak, I am so sorry.
Sis, all started here.
Yep, right here in the dome.
Yeah, when I was all about living the dream.
Yeah.
And knowing to be some nightmares.
As Daddy always says, all that glitters ain't gold.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss my brother Vic, though.
Deep down, he was a good person at heart, but he was never quite right. Something was always off with him, even when we were little growing up.
Yeah, I know, but I loved him anyway. I knew he was trying to take advantage of our friendship, but I didn't care. We were boys, ride or die, you know that.
Ride or die.
Just hope Vic finally found peace and depth that he never found in life.
Well, may he rest in power. When you really sit down and think about it, life is about the blink of an eye, and that's so quick. We spend a third sleeping in bed, a third trying to figure this thing called life out. Yo, by the time we think you got it all figured out, you only got a third of your life left.
Yeah, life's a trip.
Say that again.
Life's a trip.
10 times 10.
Well, honey. Hey, yo, shout out to my man Vic.
Shout out to Vic. Come on, let's bounce.
All right.
Yeah, I'm about to wake up the projects like I used to.
Better
remember?
not. You better not. You ain't kids no more.
Cece?
Hey.
Why are you sneaking up on us?
Man, we thought you two left town yesterday after the funeral.
We decided to stay one more day.
Oh, I'm so glad you did. I wish we had known you were coming. We would have made you something to eat.
Okay.
What y'all doing?
Yeah, chatting.
Yeah, talking about yesterday's service.
Oh, okay.
How you holding up, son?
You know what? I'm okay, Pops. But you know what? We love you two so much. And it's only now that I'm realizing how much you two sacrificed for Cece and myself. Hey, you know, Vic didn't really get to know his father growing up. And we were lucky to grow up in a household with 2 loving parents. So And you know what's sad to say? People thought we had a highly unusual home in the project.
Yeah, folks always talk about the negative effects of boys with no father in the home, but it affects girls too. And it's helped me in my relationships with men in my life.
What man?
Anywho, I know that all men are not dogs because I had a great father in the home. You, Daddy.
I was there too. He didn't do it alone now.
Yes, Mama, of course. It goes without saying.
Thank you, daughter. I did what my father did, and his father before that. A man, a real man, will always be involved in his children's lives. I love your mother. We had our ups and downs, but I love her more than life itself. You two are a direct result of that true love.
Yeah, we know that.
Switching subjects.
Yeah.
I know the both of you like I know the back of my hand. You said you were leaving after the service. Why are you here out of the blue?
Yeah, what's up?
Why gotta be all that?
Yeah, we can't stop by and show our love and appreciation for our loving parents. I'm highly offended.
I am appalled.
What's happening?
Yeah, come clean.
Okay. Me and Cece just want to give you a little present.
Yeah, a small token, a small repayment for everything you've done for us.
Yeah, all the sacrifices you've made.
And we want nothing in return but your love. And grandchildren.
But get married first.
Yeah, save your money.
But Daddy, we really just
But Daddy, nothing. You heard your father.
Well, maybe one day.
Maybe. But one day is not today.
Nope.
Okay. Well, for real, we do have an actual flight to catch tonight.
For real this
Yes.
time?
For real this time.
Well,
it's good to see you again.
Yes.
Love you
Hey,
too.
y'all call
Safe
us when
flight.
you get there, okay?
We will.
As soon as you land.
Okay, Mama.
All right. Yeah, y'all
Okay,
call
Mama.
us as soon as you get back.
All right, as soon as you land.
All right,
Yes,
promise.
Take care of your brother.
Of course, always.
I got this. No trust.
Hey, did you forget something?
No. Can you do me a favor and head to the sofa?
The sofa? What's at the sofa?
Just look behind the cushion.
Behind the cushion? Pete, come here.
What do they want now?
What's in the envelope?
Just look inside, Mama.
Pete, you open it. Hey, Frequency, what's this?
Does it look like it opens doors?
Keys to a house?
Uh-huh.
A new home?
Uh-huh.
Son, I done told you and your sister 1,000,000 times. Me and your mother are very comfortable right where we are.
Absolutely right.
This is Harlem, USA. Project or no project. This is our apartment. This is the home we made for you to raise you up right in. We're not moving like everybody else.
Let me talk
Tell
to
him
him.
something.
Frequency, we both appreciate it very much. I mean, we're very grateful.
Okay,
honey,
look, there's something else in the envelope.
Pete, he says look inside the envelope.
What?
Well, look inside.
Yeah. Already. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Baby, pack your bags.
We are living the dream. Oh.
Thank y'all. Love you.
All right, love you guys.
Love you.
Dear Freak, by the time you read this letter, I'll be long gone. I wrote this letter because it's the only way I think my voice will ever be heard. This piece of yellow paper is the only way I'll ever get any of you to stop, listen, and really get to know me, Victor Van Leer. My childhood was turbulent, but even in the most unsettling times, there was a break in the tide. Father was the rocky water, and my mom's was the gentle surf. Pops did a lot of foolish stuff, but when he wasn't trashed and was actually taking the time to be a father, he'd say, Vic, you got one life, a fragile life. God can take this life whenever he sees fit, so live and live plentiful. Each day God gives, live it in abundance. My pops was a smart dude, the most dangerous kind, educated and street smart. And this apple didn't fall too far from the tree. My mom's, she was an angel. No matter how heavy the hand, she would do anything for me. And by chance, when I was casted into that darkness, she was the voice I followed back to the light. I was so young, too young. But my decaying flesh carries the scars and memories that won't fade. She's the reason I'm as loving as I was. taught me to look at others as human beings and not objects. Now, where there's pain, a simple kiss, hug, or I love you could disperse that rainy day. That's why I'll never understand why. Why she of all people was taken from me. The only one good thing I ever had in my life. And that was my mother. You ever feel lonely? Well, I didn't have any siblings, and no one would claim me as their own. It is the first time in my life I question the point of living at all. If it wasn't for your family taking me in, I swear I was going to open my wrist or jump in front of the A train. But I found love. And I found it through my new family. Mr. Pete, man, he was the complete opposite of who my dad was. He was foreign to me. He was a good, honorable man, and to be honest, he intimidated me. I didn't believe I could ever be the man he tried teaching me to be. Miss Martha, damn. Real talk, I was in love with that woman. Frick, if you're reading this right now, I'm sorry. I never met one hottie that came close to her. Mr. Pete is a lucky dude. But unlike my dad, he could recognize the angel in his presence. Aside from my own mom, she's the only other person I truly think understood me. I just wanted to be loved, yo. I just wanted to belong. CC, man, I've seen her make the hardest dudes break at the wrist. I've seen her turn coal into diamonds and then back into coal again, just by doing this intense stare she do. CC is no joke. I love her, though. We used to be close. And again, I'm sorry, freak, but when your sister get all mad and on one, damn, I just... Whew. CC, I love you more than you will ever know. I hope in my time past you can finally forgive me. Yvette is beautiful. A woman about success, work ethic, and never settling for less. Which, that's why I didn't stand a chance. Freak was king, and me, a big, fat zero. She was cool, though. Chill. And when she wasn't being all uptight, that girl was mad funny. I could see why you fell in love with her. She could make any man better. She was exactly what I wanted, and definitely what you needed. Frequency vibrations, my boy, my blood. I'm sorry I couldn't be as great as you. I'm sorry I was your weight and not your pedestal. I wanted to be a lot of things. I thought I was the next prodigy. Then you hit that court, and I knew. It was it. It was you, freak. It was you. I didn't have much of a life, at least not one I could be proud of. I never said this to you, but I wanted to be you. All I wanted was a taste, just a little taste of everything I never had. Can you blame me? Like my dad said, life is short, and I just wanted to live it abundantly. I know it hurts, but your life would be better without me. There's nothing holding you down anymore, freak. I believe in you. And I always look out for you from above, B. Hey, bring that Jesus piece back for your boy, though, you know. That shuttle's work. I love you, freak. At least I did something right. At the end, I felt as though I had no place here anymore. I never felt as though I belonged. Maybe my greatness is in the heavens. Or maybe, just maybe, my greatness is you, freak. I just hope you and the fam remember me as I remember my mom. Look at people like human beings, not objects. Because if you wait, it's often too late. So just say you love them now, man. Be the voice they can follow out of darkness. Be to them what my mother was to me. An angel. Your boy, resting in power. Vic.
Salutations, I am Sharonis Jackson, portraying the role of Frequency Vibrations, aka Freak. I am from the Inland Empire, California, Philadelphia born, just showing love to everybody out there. That's an FOF.
Hello world, it's your boy Wade Wilson, aka Vic Van Leer, Basquiat, an FOF, friend of Freak. Hey, I was born in Oakland, raised in Richmond, represent all day. Love y'all.
What's up, world? My name is Michelle Mitchenor. I play Cece. I'm representing Jersey. Shout out to my people on the shore and in the city. I'm now residing in LA, living the dream.
What's up, family? This is Gina Breedlove from Fort Greene, representing the Republic of Brooklyn, New York. I play Miss Martha. I wish you all so much love and peace.
What's up, everybody? My name is Arthur Richardson. I play Mr. Pete. I'm a GI soldier. That's Gary, Indiana, for those that don't know. And remember, it's not just a game.
What's up, y'all? My name is Anya Engel Adams, aka Yvette Ming Ching, and I'm originally from upstate New York by way of South Florida, representing for all the independent ladies. And just let them know we got our own, boo. Mwah.
Al Palagonia, born in Brooklyn, New York, raised in Queens, New York, reprising the role of super sports agent Dom Pagnotti. That's right, the man, the myth, the legend, the king, #1, the best. You see this watch? That's diamonds and platinum. Gold, forget about it. Silver, forget about it. That's like speed and power, and that's what I have. I'm the best, and I will represent you. Freaking and vibing, freaking and vibing, freaking and vibing. Go 2K16, yeah, boy!
Yo, hear me clearly and hear me good. I am Paul Garangelli from Petaluma, California, also known as P-Town, home of the Butter and Egg Parade and Mocap Madness, and I play the team owner.
Hello, my name is Spike Lee. I hope you enjoyed our NBA 2K16 feature film, Living the Dream. Dolly, a little faster, a little faster. You know I'm on the dolly. This is my signature shot. We had a great, great time doing this. And as I said before, I've never done this before. It was a very, 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 very great learning experience for me. Worked with a great group of people in front of and behind the camera. And you know what? I want you to see everybody worked on this film. So crew, come on in. Keep going. Keep going. All right. Freaking and vibing. Freaking and vibing.
Welcome to your second NBA season. Now that your career is progressing and your brand is growing, you will be challenged with managing increasing demands off the court. In between games, you'll have decisions to make on how to spend your off days. Will you refine your skill on the court and work on increasing your attributes in live practices? Do you want to earn fame and extra money by partnering with global brands? Or would you rather establish personal connections with some of the game's most influential personalities, which bring with them a variety of rewards? The choice is yours.
Man, CC, I'm beat. Another long day, and we have a big game this weekend.
Yeah, I hear you, Freak, but don't forget, we still gotta get up early in the morning tomorrow so we can get a few extra shots in before school.
Right. Then I probably should finish my homework.
Hey, hold up. Homework? Nah, I know we can think of something better to do than homework, yo.
Oh! Shazam! Step into my world, where you
Welcome.